Okay, welcome back. We're just going to quickly go through the chapter just to take an overview. So when you transform the plane, you take an object in the plane and you somehow move it under certain rules. So it can be slided, which is a translation. Whereas now let me see, can I figure out what's going on here? So we see all these images now. Two words we're going to use is object and image. So let's say A is the original object. So an image of A under reflection across this horizontal line is B. Okay, an image of A under reflection on this line is E. And so on. C is a translation of A because A has slided across here. So you've got a translation to here, you have a reflection across the vertical to here, you have a reflection across the horizontal to here, and then you have other combinations. This is a rotation. From A to F would be a rotation around the origin. And D is something else, I don't know. Okay. So we go to the next page. So, and here's a translation. A being moved from its original to its image. So object, image. Here's another one, object, image. So P is the object. It looks like an A. And Q is the image. It's a compound shape based on coordinate geometry or based on a grid. Okay, so the way we can represent A is an arrowed line segment or a vector. Okay, this T, it takes BA and what you can do is you can just move every single point and then reconstruct your shape. So here we have triangle ABC. Every single point is moved straight across the page by this much by BC. So A turns into A prime, B turns into B prime, etc. Okay, so we're on to exercises, which I'm going to do in a separate video. Now, symmetries arise through studying shapes and noticing that there are different transformations in them that recreate themselves. So, for instance, if you take this shape, maybe an outline of an airplane or whatever here, if the transformation is reflection in the broken line, then it reproduces itself. So it has an axial symmetry. This has one axial symmetry, this has one axial symmetry, this has two, and this has one. And then various shapes have various amounts of axial symmetry based on the axis being drawn there. Okay, why are they only mentioning a symmetrical shape? So on we go, and it's the same thing I've just talked about, axial symmetry. A central symmetry is when something reproduces itself through a point. Okay, it's when central symmetry reproduces it, we'll be doing, okay, and enough said there. That'll produce section 24.2. Certain letters have central symmetry, like O. Okay. Do those exercises in a separate video. That doesn't seem right. So we're not at the end of the chapter already. No. Rotation. You can rotate about a point. So you can kind of take your original image point and which is up here, and it just continues around a circle, certain amount of angle. Maybe 90 degrees, maybe more, maybe less. Okay, and we're into the constructions, which won't be done on OneNote, or best done on pen and paper with a pen and paper video. We've already started them in class anyway. Okay. But it's nice they're actually laid out for us here, so we'll keep the book open there when we're doing them. Okay, you're best doing these on plain white paper, and of course you have your geometry set available to you. Okay, and then they're just breaking them up into different categories, but we basically have a list of 16, I think it is, for junior cert, and 22 for leaving cert that we need to be able to do. Great, what do we get to here? Yeah, draw an accurate construction of these. We won't use centimeters, we'll use inches. Yeah. Okay, that was the overview of the course. mainly we're talking about various transformations. In particular, let's go back to the beginning now and look at it. Look at what they said we're going to cover. Construct from this first, in this chapter, perform the rotation of a given point and object. Construct different types of triangles. There's a lot more we did in here, and they didn't really mention all of the transformations. Anyway, students, as always, I will see you in the next one.